is May 29th. It's just about almost 5 in the morning. And I am outside of the train station. Okey, beautiful soul that he is, surprised me with a quick little 2-3 day getaway to Milan, Italy, for my 30th birthday, which is in about a week. So apart from the fact that I'm tired, I've also been crying my eyes out like a baby since about 7 p.m. yesterday, because I have never been away from the boys for more than a few hours at a time. So to jump off the deep end and spend 2 nights away from them, 3 days, is a bit scary for me. Not scary like I'm worried about them. I know they're going to be fine. Okey is amazing and has been amazing, like kind of taking the lead with them the past few days. But more so just because I'm just going to miss the hell out of them. I miss them already. I missed them before I put them to bed. And I've just been a ball of tears and snot and tissues. So, not the way that anyone really wants to start off their holiday or their vacation. But that aside, I am excited, believe it or not. Don't be fooled by the sniffles. I am excited, and I'm going to try my very, 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 very best to enjoy myself and to not call them too much, and to not think, well, I cannot think about them too much, but at least not to call too much. We'll start there. It's baby steps. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just waiting. I had some time to kill. My original train was canceled, so the next one is coming in about 10 minutes. But yeah, so yay Milan. I've never been. I've only been to Rome before. And I've talked Okey's ear off throughout the time he's known me anyway, about wanting to do more solo travel. And so he took note, and so I am going on this trip by myself. So a bit daunting, intimidating. I've done it once before, and it was a good time. So I think it'll be fine. Again, it's short enough that it should be good. I've done some pre-planning, so my days are kind of planned out for me, which is good. And yeah, the goal is to just go relax, to rest and recuperate, and try to come back refreshed. So I told him, and I've promised myself, that this is not a trip for running around and trying to exhaust my energy being a tourist. It's for doing a bit of touristing, but then also just really, really resting and trying to rejuvenate myself so that I come back rested, not more tired than I am as I'm leaving. So anyway, I will be vlogging. That's what I promised. And yeah, I mean, this sure as hell beats vlogging from the house and making trips to the store. So this will shake things up for you guys a bit. But yeah, so hope you enjoy whatever's to come on this vlog. Yeah, let's go and see what Milan's talking about. Catch you guys on the flip side.
And there we have it. First feed. Without mummy. How you finding it, guys? And as I'm vlogging, the mom just texted just to say a reminder that they do a feed. Hopefully they should have a nap after this. It's about 6, just gone 6 a.m. I'm not quite sure of the time. I'm exhausted already. Right, so I just got them upstairs. They're asleep. I'm going to now have a shower. They're asleep, so I'm gonna go and have a shower now. In my daily shower, they have really been good. They have been good to today. The weather outside is terrible, so I'm gonna wait till the rain stops, then we're gonna go out. They're having oats with mango, blitzed in, and then some apple juice. And just like that, a bit of mess, it's gone. She's semi-clean. They both finished their food. Let's see, and he's happy. Yeah. There you have it. Happy camper. And Eli's there. Eli. Eli. Yeah. And now Eli is lying down playing. Ezra was playing, but he seems to be spitting up a little bit, so I'm just holding him in my hands so he can this food can digest properly. I'll probably pick up Eli in a second too. Alrighty. Say hello, Eli. Alrighty. Awesome. So it's just come up to 2:30, 3:30, sorry, and the boys are quite content watching a film. Not sure what film it is, but they're playing. Oh, Eli's getting a bit antsy now. They've just had milk, and they are. Ezra's relaxing there. I think he needs a nap. Eli, I think he's teasing on that.
Rise and shine, people! Today is going to be a great day! Oh, things are gonna get nightmare. Up, people! Clap your hands. Today is
So it's bath time, and the boys have a couple of extremely poorly diapers.
Okay, it has been a long day. It is now 6:55 in Italy, which is an hour ahead of London. So 5:55 in London, right? Right. Mind you, I landed at 3:40 or something. In like, you know, Italy time. I can't even speak, I'm so exhausted. So 3 something all the way to 6 something. So yeah, it's taken me about 3 hours to get my rental car. Literally, that is how long the wait was. I just don't even know. I don't know if they're running some kind of deal or promotion, because everybody and their mother and their grandfather were there to rent their cars from them, while everyone else was looking like crickets and freaking tumbleweed. Anyway, we finally have our car, thank God. Okay, got me a little smart car, just a little 2-seater, real cute, real compact, real claustrophobic, but hopefully really efficient on gas, and parking hopefully will be a breeze and all that good stuff. So here's the kicker. It's a manual, and this girl only knows how to drive automatic. So I literally, while I was waiting those 3 hours, managed to watch a couple of videos on YouTube about how to drive a manual car. I've had one lesson ever, and that was back when I was like maybe 17, 16. And even then it was just kind of like an observational, like I never actually got to try it myself. So this is going to be interesting. Luckily this is only a 5 gear, so that's a little less pressure, I guess. But I think I know. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I know what I'm doing, but I understood the videos. I think they were well done, and they simplified it enough. So I think as long as I kind of remember all of the steps and just take my time, breathe, relax, and concentrate, like no phone, no radio, no nothing, I think I can get from point A to point B alive. we have a 45-minute drive. We're going to call it an hour. And yeah, I'm going to take my time, and hopefully between here and my Airbnb, I will be at least a novice at this and not so much an experimental beginner anymore. We're going to try, but if you hear back from me, you know we made it. But I've said my prayers. Okay has prayed. I'm a little nervous, but I'm confident that I can do this if I stay calm and if I stay focused. So we're gonna make it do what it do. I will wait until we get into the Airbnb to give you the update on the actual like travel from London to Italy. It wasn't terrible, but it felt like a series of misfortunate events or unfortunate events, whatever. And I just need to get to the Airbnb ASAP so that I can pump, and that's a whole nother thing. So anyway, I will check back in prayerfully, God willing, if all goes well and the creek don't rise. I will check back in from the Airbnb. All right, we made it to the Airbnb. It is 2:41 a.m. Wednesday morning. We didn't just make it to the Airbnb. I opted not to vlog the remainder of the day because, well, the day didn't get any better. Sadly, it got perpetually worse and increasingly worse. It was a pretty rough day, if I'm honest. I had a little meltdown, had to gain my composure, get some food in my system, hydrate, pump, shower, and talk to my family and just kind of woosah, put things in perspective, and remember that tomorrow is fresh with no mistakes in it yet. So yeah, today was a pretty horrible day. I'm not even gonna lie. It was literally it was one long misadventure. So highlight reel, because I don't want to bore you with the negativity and the sad details. But let's see. The first thing that kind of went wrong, got to the airport only to realize that I had apparently purchased, I don't know if you should say I purchased the wrong train ticket or I purchased my train ticket incorrectly, whatever the case. I mean, I got on the train and got to the airport, but only for them to tell me that I was supposed to have purchased a different type of ticket that obviously would have cost more, and so as a penalty I had to pay double the single fare. So that was the first thing that kind of went wrong this morning. That was an unforeseen expense that had to be dealt with before I could even enter the airport. And then all that was sorted, and let's see, the next thing was that my flight was delayed, which is not a huge deal. It was delayed 40 minutes at first. Finally got to my gate, only to wait in line for a while, board, and then right after we all finished boarding, they came on and told us that we were going to be grounded on the plane and would not be allowed to start the engine for an hour and a half for whatever, I don't know. For whatever reason, they weren't being allowed to start the plane. So we sat there for an hour and a half. So overall, we're looking at a 2-hour plus delay, which sucks for obvious reasons. One, because it's a delay and, messes with people's planning. Two, because I forgot to pump. I forgot that I needed to pump right before I boarded, so as to avoid being engorged, and I didn't. And of course, my pump was in the bag, my bag, which got checked at the gate. So what turned into what should have been maybe a 3-hour kind of wait to get here and pump turned into 4 hours of like travel and not being able to pump. And so by the time we landed in Milan, I was super engorged and in a lot of pain, like a considerable amount of pain. Like I could barely sit still in my seat. I was just like so fidgety, just like, when are we gonna get there? So that was crappy. My mom's out there, you know what I'm talking about. Engorgement is nothing to play with, especially you can imagine breastfeeding twins. So like my production not that I'm like overproducing, but I mean, I'm still producing a considerable amount of milk. And so when that goes untouched, bruh, the pain is excruciating. So that really sucked. Got to the airport, got my bags and all that stuff. Okey had reserved a car for me, a rental car. Took 3 hours of waiting because apparently, I don't know if they were running some kind of promotion or whatever, but everyone was renting their car from them, and it was literally like a no-name company. So the line was ridiculous. I had 22 people ahead of me, I believe it was, and I bet you, I feel like it was more than that for me to have waited for 3 hours. Like, that's actually just ridiculous. So waited for 3 hours, and it got so bad, like I couldn't handle the pain. So I think maybe after about 30 minutes, I found another car rental place nearby that happened to have like an office set up with chairs. So I begged him, I was like, can I please sit in here and pump? I'm in so much pain. And luckily it was a lady at the desk, and she was like, sure. So I set up shop over there and I had to cover myself with a sweater. And I didn't even fully pump everything that was in there. I just pumped basically about 6 ounces each, just to like really take the edge off and relieve some of like the worst of the pain. And so I did that just to kind of hold me over. Got back out there into the hall, waited some more. Finally got called up to the desk after what seemed like an eternity, only for the dude to tell me he wouldn't take my debit card, only take credit. So he had to make like a little deal with me on the low to take my debit card, so that I could get a car, and so that he wouldn't get in trouble by his manager for allowing me to rent with a debit card. So that was a whole thing. And then I already told you that all they had was manual cars, and I only drive automatic. Not that I don't want to know how to drive manual. I've always wanted to learn, but this is not the time to learn. But I didn't have a choice. They didn't have any automatic cars, and we'd already made the reservation, and there was really no contingency plan for not having the rental car. I mean, obviously, yeah, I could wing it and kind of figure out the public transportation. I've done that before in other cities, but part of doing this as a solo trip, I think, was for me to be able to have like not just the convenience, but then also just like safety measures in place for me to be here by myself. And it's much safer for me to be driving myself around than to be taking public transport in a foreign city, right? So yeah, I had to learn very quickly how to drive a manual car, and not well, might I add. So I tried to get in a little practice in the parking lot with the little space that was there, and forgot that airports tend to spit you right onto the freeway. You know what I'm saying? It completely skipped my mind, which in hindsight was probably a better situation than being put on local roads, because local roads have a lot of stops, and stopping is when you stall the car. And so, yeah, being on the highway was probably a better first step. But yeah, it was scary. And within the first 15 minutes of being on the highway, I got pulled over, which was terrifying. Black, female, in a white country, and I don't know the language. It was a bit terrifying, and I didn't know why I was being pulled over. That was the other thing. I was going a little under the speed limit for obvious reasons, but I was in the slow lane. So I'm obviously, because of the language barrier, or I'm assuming because of the language barrier rather. He didn't tell me why he was pulling me over, and he let me go, and didn't tell me why he was letting me go either. It was just the whole occurrence was very scary. I was literally like trembling. I was shaking my hands, like I was fiddling trying to find my license, because I forgot that the rental guy put it in my passport. So I was like looking everywhere, and I was a bundle of nerves. But they let me go, and then I had a mini meltdown in the car, cried a little bit, got it out, breathed, and then got back on the freeway, and somehow made my way to my Airbnb without killing anyone, without killing myself or hurting anyone else in the process, without damaging the car, at least externally. I don't know what the clutch is looking like, or the transmission, if I'm honest, but I did my best. Got here, so what should have been a 45-minute drive from the airport to the Airbnb ended up being about 2 hours. we're not going to talk about it. But I got here in the end. Had to parallel park with a manual car. Like, whose life is this? Like, who learns how to drive a stick shift on the freeway in a foreign country by themselves? It's just not done. I mean, I'm sure people have done it, but it's just not done. It's not advisable. It's not advisable. Don't try this on your vacation, because that's the quickest way to add to your stress rather than shut it and relax. So yeah, so you can imagine by the time I got here, it was, I think I parked and turned the car off at 9:00 p.m. on the dot. So you can imagine, you know, barely having slept the night before. I've been going since 3 the previous morning. It's about 3 a.m. now. So literally 24 hours of just stress. Oh, and then I'll insert footage somewhere here, but you'll see while I was on the in flight, mind you, I didn't have a proper breakfast where I left. I had some yogurt and granola, and then had to rush out the door to catch my Uber this morning. And then I had a scone and some tea at the airport. And so then on the plane, obviously waiting, you know, with the 2-hour delay, you get hungry, you work up an appetite. It was about lunchtime anyway, so I ordered some chicken tikka masala on the flight. They made it too hot, didn't really warn me that it was too hot, and I was trying to take off the plastic wrap, and you know, those tray tables are they never sit perfectly straight. They're kind of at a slant, so the thing started sliding, and in my attempt to catch it, I stopped it, but of course the sauce kept going because physics, and landed in my lap. I was wearing leggings, and so not only did it stain my leggings, but it burned me. So that did not feel good. Pretty sure I used profanity, but it was fine. But yeah, and so then I spent the rest of the day walking around with 2 large burnt orange patches on my upper thighs, and people were looking at me probably thinking that Aunt Flo and I had words, and that she won. So that wasn't fun, walking around looking like I literally bled through my leggings. So yeah, that happened. Kind of ruined my lunch there, and then it just didn't taste very good either. Like, it was just like, ugh, whatever. So yeah, so that was before getting to the airport or getting to Milan airport and the rental car stuff. So it was just literally this like one thing after another. Like, nothing was going right. Everything that could go wrong went wrong today, except for the fact that I didn't get arrested and that no one got hurt in my attempt to drive a manual around Milan, Italy. Yeah, so got home. I was pretty shaken up, if I'm honest. I was exhausted. I was hungry, and I was in pain. Because by the time I got home, I was engorged again, because I hadn't fully emptied. So you add, tack on another like 2-3 hours from the first time I pumped. So I was back to square one. I walked in the door, and I couldn't get the pump out fast enough. I was really in pain. So I was just in a bad way. I mean, I was hurting. I was tired. I was shaken up from the events of the day. I was feeling lonely. I was missing my baby boys, and Okey, and so it was just a lot. I was just very overwhelmed. So I just had another little meltdown. My mom had to calm me down a little bit, and then pumped. Walked down the street to get some pizza. They had some tiramisu, which I'm still working on here. I don't know. I'm not even gonna look. It's been a bad enough day that I better not play games, so I'm just gonna bring you to the tiramisu. That's what's left of it anyway. I really should have taken photos or footage of the pizza, because it was bomb, and it looked bomb. And the tiramisu was beautiful. It was a work of art. But I was too hungry and too greedy. I couldn't even do it. So I'll do better tomorrow. But yeah, this was really just as a pick-me-up. And I already smashed the 2 bottles of water. I'm missing them dearly because I'm still so dehydrated and so parched. I should have gotten 4, if I'm honest. I don't know what I was thinking. But tomorrow, there's a grocery store just down the block from me. So tomorrow I'm just going to go buy a pack of sparkling water to keep in here. and just go ham. But yeah, so rough day. Rough first day, but we survived. We survived. I don't know what else to say. Oh, other quick little thing. The Airbnb also was a surprise. It's very cute, by the way. And I'll show you here in a moment, but it's a very cute, like, it's not a true studio, but it's a studio-ish. Very cute one-room situation, but there's no kitchen. There's no kitchenette, nothing. It's literally just a wine fridge with a little, like, tea and cake set up on the top. If I want to make tea or make a coffee in the morning. That's it. There's no sink. There's no cooktop. Nothing. There's no freezer. And I'm pumping, so how's that supposed to work? So right now my milk is currently in the wine fridge, which is turned up as cold as it'll go, which is probably still not cold enough. So I am bracing myself for the inevitable dump and pump, or pump and dump. I feel like I'm going to have to toss it, which makes me really, really sad, because right now there's 7 bags in there, just from being engorged today. So to see that go is just such a shame and a waste, and it's going to break my heart, but I just don't think it's going to make it to Thursday. But yeah, like, how do you have a whole apartment that has no kitchen, like, at all? It's literally just a room with a bed and a bathroom. Unheard of. This is not a hotel. Like, it's not a hotel, it's actually an apartment in an apartment building. Like, how does that work? So a houseway? Anyway, so yeah, that was another thing that kind of went wrong. Also, the locks on the front door broken. Well, one of the locks. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on today. All I know is that we need a redo tomorrow. A serious redo. So I'm just gonna eat my little tiramisu, finish the rest of it. Go to bed thirsty. Figure it out in the morning. I don't have toothpaste. I think I'm finally out of tears for today. All I tell myself when I laugh. But no, okay. You really tried. You really tried. This is genuinely all set up with the best of intentions. He has a very big heart, that one. You have a very big heart if you're watching. So none of this is to undermine his efforts, or to be taken as a lack of gratitude, because I'm very grateful. This is very sweet, and such a wonderful thing to do for someone. So, oh, that's loud. Oh, that's louder. Sorry, turn on the fan. It's a little warm in here. Yeah, but he did a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing for me, and so it's half a day lost, really, when you think about it. So I'm gonna try to make the best of the day and a half that I have left. Try not to get into any more trouble. Yeah, and I'm gonna do what I can to make the most of it. That's really all I can do at this stage. Does this work? Okay, that's fine. Oh, sorry, I forgot. I'm still recording. Silly me. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what's been going on today. We survived. The boobs are empty. One is still in pain, but I'm just gonna keep doing some heat therapy on it tomorrow morning. Just to ease it, but I think it's just about, I think I got what I needed to get out of it. Anyway, let me show you a quick tour of the digs, and then I'm gonna sign off for bed. So I've got this little like feature wall. It's like an art wall. It's a little creepy, if I'm honest. Got a whole bunch of dead white dudes on it, but whatever. Little seating area. Again, a little creepy. White dude with a feather boa. Nice big porcelain curtains and what are they called? Windows. Little eating area. That is actually the pumping area. Television that I can't understand. Here is the wannabe kitchenette area with the wine fridge / milk fridge. Coffee maker, some tea cakes, tea, paper towel. There are some dishes in here. This is just an interesting setup. Floating shelves with glasses and cups for tea, espresso, coffee, wine, all of that jazz. A little closet area, trash, the door, mirror, and there's the bed, this little alcove, very cute, very cute. So yeah, it's a very cute, like, one room situation. And then here's a bathroom, which is very, I mean, it's hotel quality, like it's legit. It's gorgeous. How beautiful is this? Look at these sinks. Yas. Shower. Toilet and bidet. The bidet. I just like saying that word. The bidet. Anyway, but yeah, it's gorgeous. This is literally like, for me, to me, this is like a modern, quintessential European bathroom stylings. But yeah. Anyway, people, we are here. We have landed. And we're gonna see what tomorrow holds, because today is gone. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow.
Hey, so it's 1:55 a.m. Just finished feeding the boys. We got home around 8 o'clock and they were asleep by probably just after 9. While changing Eli, he started to do a poo, so had to wait for him to finish. Everything was a big help. I've just washed their bottles, ready for the next feed. I wasted 2 bags of milk. Not very pleased about that. I had the water in the pot boiling, and I had the milk in there because they're frozen. And I fell asleep on the sofa, and the water had evaporated. Thank God it wasn't like the house didn't fill up with smoke. Nothing bad happened. So I want to try and catch some sleep now, and then I'll see how long they go till the next feed.